same, G? That's all it's the same. Let's see. I can see me now.
Perfect. And yes.
Okay, you guys, for the first 10 minutes of the hour, I was live. Well, I thought I was live, but apparently we weren't streaming, and you all couldn't hear me, and I was just going on and on and on. So we'll get this show started again. Thank you for being patient as we work through these technical difficulties. So, welcome to our first Sunday session with J. Penelope for August. I am coming off a 40-day fast of choosing happiness, which has been amazing. So, I guess I'll start all over because you guys couldn't hear me when I was talking before. So, every year in July, we generally do a 40-day fast together. And this year, I decided to do 40 days of choosing happiness, and I abstained from social media for 40 days. And initially, it was just Facebook, and then after the first week, I gave up Instagram too. And my reason for that was because I was finding it more and more challenging to find things on my timeline that made me feel good. I don't know, y'all, Facebook, y'all post, many of y'all post, I've unfollowed a lot of people even though they may still be on my friends list, but it's so negative and so uninspiring and depressing. I needed a break. And I don't know that I will add any of those platforms back onto my phone because I've been so productive without it. I did not realize how much of a time drainer social media was. Hey, Miss Tracy, we rolling now. I can see y'all comments. So I gave up social media for 40 days and embarked on this journey to choose happiness. So I feel like happiness is a choice. And happiness is a feeling that we all desire, and we all often make it contingent upon people or things. Like, if we get this relationship, we'll be happy. If this person treats me different, I'll be happy. If I get more money, I'll be happy. If I have this car, I'll be happy. If I live in this neighborhood, I'll be happy. But wherever you are, you can choose happiness. You can be happy right there, which is one of those reasons why I talk about doing a gratitude journal and writing down what you're thankful for. And so in choosing happiness, happiness is one of those things that we often delegate to people. We never take ownership and responsibility for our happiness ourselves. We're always delegating it to someone else, and then we get upset when they don't value our happiness the way we think they should, but in actuality, we aren't either. So how can you expect something more from somebody else than we're willing to do ourselves? And so for these 40 days, I chose happiness. I chose to put what I needed and what I wanted first. And initially, as with all of these exercises, my choice for happiness was real superficial. So I'm going to be honest, y'all know I'll be naked with y'all. The very first thing I did for choosing happiness is I decided that I wanted a new car. So I went to get a new car. And in my parking garage, I don't know, there's like, every time I turn around, I'm seeing like a Porsche Cayenne. And so I had made up in my mind that I wanted a Porsche Cayenne. Well, I had been talking about upgrading to an SUV for quite some time because my car, even though it was a four-door, it was a sports car, and I loved it. It was my dream car. It served me well, but I was ready for something else because it was older. You know, it was 10 years old, and so it started having those normal maintenance issues. But because of the type of car it was, they were expensive repairs, but not really because I still had a warranty. But anyway, so I went to the car lot and I decided I was getting me a Porsche Cayenne, right? I go to the car lot and I'm looking at the car and it was nice, like it was black with red leather interior, but when I opened the trunk, it was like it really wouldn't fit anything. So, okay, first of all, I was looking for something where I could move Gigi back and forth to school without having to borrow my mom's vehicle. So it didn't meet that criteria. I got in the back seat and it was like super tight, so no one was gonna be comfortable riding in this vehicle. So while I thought I wanted it, it wasn't gonna meet that need because that was some of the issues with my car. Like it wasn't comfortable to ride in. Like it was okay if you were in the front seat, but not in the back seat. And then when I got in the front, I really didn't like the car. I thought I wanted a car. I thought the car wasn't gonna make me happy, but it wasn't. They approved me for the car and all of that, but as I was getting ready to do the paperwork, guess what? I decided in that moment that that purchase really wasn't gonna make me happy because it really wasn't what I want. And I'm sharing this with you because guess what? You have the right and the ability to change your mind midstream. If you get in a situation and it's no longer making you happy, you're empowered to change your mind. But so many times we won't change our mind because we're afraid of what other people think, or what we think if they'll just do this, then that'll make me happy, when you own the power to be happy. So what did I do? I told the salesperson, you know what? This is really not gonna be a good fit for me. This is not what I'm looking for in a SUV, and while it's nice for the price, it's not what I want. And so I got up and I walked away, and guess what? Saying no in that moment to something that I originally thought I wanted, I felt good, I felt happy, I didn't have any regret. Have you ever got into something and it wasn't? So I'm gonna go with relationships because that's the most familiar thing that I know. Like I'll get into, you start dating somebody and they're the bee's knees and you excited and you're happy, but the more you get to learn about that person and the more you interact with them, you realize that you all aren't compatible. And at the point you realize you're not compatible, you don't both sit down and say, hey, this is not working for us, or you don't say, you know what, I appreciate the time that we spent together, but this isn't working for me, it's not really what I want, and I don't want to continue with this relationship. We won't say that. We'll just start making up all of the things that somebody else needs to do to change, to be different, to make us happy, versus realizing the happiness lies in your ability to change your mind and make the choice to do something different. So in going to purchase this car, what I learned was it's okay for me to change my mind. It's okay for me to desire something and think that I want it and seek it and go after it. But once I get there and I realize that, hey, the grass isn't as green on the other side of the fence as I thought it was, you know what? I can change my mind and go back across the fence. I can say, no, I do not have to make this purchase. I do not have to stay in this relationship. So that's what I learned on my first day. And it felt good. And then as time went on, I did end up buying another vehicle. But I got what I wanted, and I went for the features that I wanted more so than trying to keep up with what everybody else was doing in my garage. So that's something that we do sometimes too, trying to keep up with the Joneses. And I'm just being transparent with y'all, which is what I always do, because I don't want you all to think that I don't have the same struggle as you all do, but this is my learning process. So in the environment that I'm in, most of the SUVs in my parking garages are Porsche Cayennes. Guess what? That didn't work for me. It didn't meet my needs. So I could have got it and then been like everybody else, but then I've been paying for a car that made me miserable. So I ended up getting a car that had the features that I want. It's a large SUV. It has the third row seats that fold down. Jairi was able to use it to move into school and move all of her stuff. I didn't have to borrow anybody's anything. It's large enough where my mom can ride in it comfortably. I bought her a little step stool so she can get in and out of the truck comfortably, which was one of the struggles that we were having because I took my parents to Atlanta this this 40 days, and it was hard for my mom to get in and out of the car, so I didn't